it'll be live on Facebook?
Live on Facebook.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to.
Okay. Hello, everybody. It is the Daily Dose with Dr. Melissa. How are you doing today? I am super excited. I have a special guest with me today again. And today I have my good friend, Julie Turner. So welcome, Julie.
Thank you so much, Dr. Melissa. I'm so honored to be here. Truly honored to be here.
I'm so excited that we're able to do this. I know we've chatted back and forth a couple of different times on our platforms before, but this is officially on the Daily Dose. So I'm honored to have you here today. And so we're just going to have a short conversation about some different things that you do. So Julie has been in the healthcare realm for a few years, and she's kind of bounced around into different areas. But I think today I'd like to kind of talk about nutrition, because I think nutrition is a huge piece of keeping us healthy and how we stay healthy. So Julie, if you want to just share just a little bit more about yourself, and then we'll talk a little bit about nutrition today.
Awesome. Well, I'm Julie Turner. I live in the lower mainland of BC in Canada. Beautiful place. My background is I started as a cosmetologist a million years ago. And then I realized that standing behind the chair as a cosmetologist, people ask you questions and advice that like you're really not prepared for. So I started getting educated in the different areas. And I found that I was very, very compelled to continue to support people mentally, emotionally. So I have a nutrition certification, coaching, counseling, clinical hypnotherapy, Reiki, like a billion of them. I just keep educating because I love to learn new tools, new modalities, and then I just use whatever I need at that time with my clients.
Awesome. Awesome. So thank you, Julie, for sharing that. So tell me, because you do have that nutrition certification, and a lot of people talk about nutrition and they've educated themselves somewhat. And then I think we try and educate ourselves as best we can. But let's talk a little bit about nutrition, and why would you say, I like to say nutrition is medicine, nutrition is fuel. Why do you think that, I know you agree with me on that. So let's just elaborate a little bit about your passion for nutrition in the body.
Okay. So thank you very much for bringing that up, that often we do try and educate ourselves. Sometimes we don't, or sometimes we think we've educated ourselves, but what we've done is we've read a book or we've watched what somebody else is doing. And right here and now, I want to comment on how important bringing in the theory of biohacking is. And what that is so biohacking is optimizing your own biology and using things like food, like proper sleep, like exercise, like there are technologies and there are supplements, all the above help with biohacking. But the thing is, the base of biohacking is you try something, see how your body reacts, either continue or shift. All too many people pick up the latest, greatest diet book and they go, oh, this worked for Bob, so I'm going to do it because it worked for Bob. Well, I feel really tired. I feel like crap, but I know it worked for Bob, so I'm going to slog through this. Like literally, people, there are times when if you have some sort of addiction, etc., the detoxing is going to be difficult. Don't get me wrong. However, you should feel good with what you're putting into your body, what you're doing to your body. And if you are not feeling good, it might not be the right thing for you, even if it worked for Bob. So my passion is actually individually helping people figure out their nutrition. So I don't know if it's okay if I throw out a name right now.
Sure.
So fantasticlife.io. I have shared this to my platform as well. So my people are already familiar with it. Yours may or may not be. It is a way for us to kind of cut out that whole, when you go to see a dietitian or nutritionist, they're like, or even a doctor, can you let me know what you're doing for like 3 days or a week or whatever, write down everything you're doing, how you're sleeping, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. This is kind of jumps over that point So you can answer these questions on fantasticlife.io, and we get a base point as to where you're starting from right now. And that's really, really important so that we're not trying a bunch of different diets that may or may not work for you. And I don't like the word diet, but think of it as nutrition plan. It's not about, it's more about doing things that are better for your body than omitting things, in my opinion. Omitting things will happen naturally once your body's feeling better.
Exactly. I love that. And I went through Fantastic Life Dido. I'm a supporter of it. And so I don't know that I've pushed part of it out, but this was kind of a way to kind of push it out again, because that is a good thing. You know, that's one thing that I kind of gauge with my clients to kind of see where they're at and figure out, okay, what is the next step as far as what we need to do is, you know, to use nutrition. And of course, I pull in, you know, different supplements, and then we're trying to eliminate medications and things like that along the way. So I love that platform that it does. It gives you kind of where you're at and what kind of, I mean, pieces of maybe what you've tried before that didn't work, that maybe it worked for Bob, but didn't work for me. And I love that piece because it is, we are all very much unique individuals. And just like nutrition supplements, one might work for your friend and it's not going to do the same thing for you. So that's why it's very important to have your customized therapeutic plan, including your nutrition plan with whatever you're doing. So thank you for mentioning that, Julie. Now let's talk a little bit about the quality of nutrition these days and possibility of maybe some supplementation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm a huge, is proponent the right word? I support supplementation. I make sure I'm using the right words when I have somebody that can actually filter that. Yay, me. And I wasn't always. So I used to think if I'm eating a balanced plan, then I don't need to supplement. And to a point that is true. So, and that's why, honestly, you are such a valued resource in my world, Dr. Melissa, because just so that you guys out there, I have used Dr. Melissa's services, and I came to her with literally a bucket full of supplements. And I'm like, I don't want to not take what I need, but I also don't want to overtake things that are literally, I'm just wasting my money. So like, let's look at this. And she was super, super helpful because we simply don't get the nutrition out of the foods that we're eating. Some people, because they're eating not the right food, and other people, they're doing their best and they think that they're getting the right food. But you know, the amount of vitamins and minerals that are in something like broccoli today, as opposed to 30 years ago, is vastly different because we, of course, want to hyper grow things and we want to grow, you know, everything's got to be expedited, can't wait for anything. So we are pushing everything, including our produce out there and animals, you know, if you're not vegan or vegetarian out there. So the nutrients just isn't necessarily there. And somebody my size, I'm not a very big person, but I still need all those nutrients. If I were to try and ingest enough food to get the nutrients that I need, I would just do nothing but eat all day. And ain't nobody got time for that. I don't have time to eat all day.
Exactly. I mean, and that's so true because of number one, the amount of nutrients that's been depleted from our food these days because we don't take the time. Now, some of us, we may have gardens, and during the summertime, that yes, you're going to probably have more nutrients coming from things that you're harvesting yourself versus things that are mass produced. But even at that, you literally pretty much are going to be eating all day long in order to get what nutrients you need. And then even sometimes there's certain processes your body may not digest those nutrients. So you may not be able to actually absorb what's necessary. So that's a whole nother thing that could be a root cause issue. So, but that's just a side note. So yes, I do thank you for that. That supplementation and good quality supplementation is often necessary. And we need to make sure that it's appropriate for you, because like when I went through Julie's things, there were certain things that she was taking that were no longer necessary where she was in her life now. Now, 10 years ago, they were beneficial, but things have changed, and we all go through that, whether you're male or female. There's different processes, there's changes within your own hormonal structure, and that's male and female hormones, as well as other hormones that both male and female have naturally, that can change and fluctuate throughout your lifetime. And you may need different supplementation to support that. You may need different vitamins to support that. So thank you so much for that.
Actually, sorry, I know you have a question, but I just wanted to kind of shine a light on that topic in all ways, shapes, and forms. And I don't know whether it was my platform or I was talking on somebody else's platform, but about a week ago, I said, we have to reevaluate our own healthy habits. So as you said, 10 years ago, this made sense. And we need to do that with our nutrition intake and our fitness as well. Right? If you're like, well, but when I was in high school, I would eat this every morning before I went to school. Yes, but your metabolism was different, and you're not going to play hockey. Now you're going to sit at your desk. Like, you know what I mean? There's but it was healthy then. It may not be healthy for you now. So yeah, I just wanted to shine a little bit of a light.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. As times change, and your metabolism change, your activities change. And so let's shift gears just a slightly, because I think it goes hand in hand with what I like to say lifestyle medicine. I think that's nutrition and movement, two big components of lifestyle medicine. There's some other pieces. And I know you're a very avid, let's see, what's the word I want to say? Movement enthusiast. So
that's a good label.
Let's talk about activity wise. And I know we've discussed this on platforms in the past, but let's talk about activity wise, and then the average, let's say the average female in her 40s, 50s, movement wise, what would you recommend is good if they're not doing anything, and then maybe if they are already doing something, just to kind of keep their metabolism kind of going?
So again, I love to treat every human like an individual. So I am 48, so I fit, at the high end of that category. And my activity level would be insanely exhaustive for some people. And it would be like, when are we going to get started for other people? Right. So you've got it depends on so many other factors in your life. Now, I truly believe, and I believe that this is what's actually recommended now, is we need to move our bodies for an hour every day. It doesn't mean, going to the gym for an hour every day, although that's something that I love to do, but you don't need to. But it can be going for a walk. And it's argued, and I actually do believe this and agree with this, that instead of that hour at the gym, if you can move your body once an hour for a certain amount of time, you got to get your heart rate up though. Like you can't okay, well, I, went and grabbed the coffee when I should have just sat at my desk, or would have just sat at my desk. So I moved recently, and my partner was complaining vehemently about the stairs. We have 3 sets of stairs in our home, and I freaking love them. I used to do 17 flights of stairs on a daily basis. So I'm like, oh, I miss the stairs, but I'm good. Like I love running up and down the stairs. I'm a little obsessive. And he actually, the other day, like yesterday or the day before, he's like, you know what? Now that my legs are used to it, my legs feel so much stronger. And that's simply because you have stairs in your home. You know what I mean? So we're not talking about he went to the gym and did squats every day for the last month. No, he simply added the fact that he's got stairs in his house, and he's like, my legs feel so much stronger, and it's noticeable to him. And it's like, exactly. So if you don't need to go to a gym, but you do need to move your body. I love the gym.
Yes, I love that. And yes, I think we are all individuals. So I didn't mean to loop that.
No, I know.
So
I feel like you're testing
me. Moving is the key. And moving, every hour, getting up for 5-10 minutes and taking a
Mhm.
walk, or going up and down your stairs, or walking in circles. I've walked in circles in my house before, especially if it's, smoking hot outside, or if it's really cold, then I'd like to do circles. What is that? What is that?
It's a hula hoop
A hula hoop. Oh my
because
goodness.
every 48-year-old woman needs a hula hoop in her office,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, that's great. That's great movement.
It
Hula
is.
hoop.
It's awesome if you can do it.
Well, and I think that the key is that, and I've talked about this, and I know we've talked about this in the past, is functional movement. You want to still be able to get up and move, and get up and go get your own glass of water, get up and carry your luggage if you want to when you're 95 years old.
Right. I have a small story. Am I allowed to tell stories?
Sure.
You just like zap me. The electric collar that you gave me to wear for this episode, just zap me when you need to. So my partner's mom, she's in her mid 70s. I don't want to call her out on that. And like a couple weeks ago, we're over at their place and I was helping make supper. And I said, "Do you have a big bowl?" And she like, "Oh, I think so." And she literally like took a side step, crouched down so her butt's almost on the ground, opened up the cupboard door, filtered through, grabbed a bowl, and hopped back up and handed it to me. Like, I don't know how many of you realize how amazing that is to be in your mid 70s. And I know a lot of people my age that could never have accomplished that. They'd be like, oh, put their hand on the counter and do this like slow movement down there and maybe bend at their hips instead because God forbid they actually use their knees. Amazing. And she is a force to be reckoned with. And I'm like, I'm gonna be you when I'm in my 70s. So yeah, it's
Exactly. No,
possible.
that is awesome. And if you are able to continue to move, then yes, you're going to be that person that's there in your 70s. But if you're one to just sit at your desk, maybe walks to the coffee pot, maybe you're going to have less likely. Now, I'm
Yes.
not saying it's impossible, but it's less likely. So, yeah. So thank you for that great story. That was amazing. That's
I'm
awesome.
full of them.
Very good. Well, I think that that's a great topic that we talked about nutrition today and a little bit of movement. And so, unless I think we'll actually close the show here in just a minute. If there's any final words that you have for our viewers, go ahead and let us know.
Ooh. Okay, so Dr. Melissa is a lot more gentle than I am. So to her audience out there, I apologize. Sorry, not sorry. But on the nutrition topic, it is my opinion and the opinion of your body that you are either eating for health or you're eating for illness. So please stop saying, but I need this, but I really like this, but my kids like this. Start actually taking care of your body. And if you need support with that, reach out to Dr. Melissa, reach out to somebody like myself. But absolutely, you can feel amazing right till the end of your life, but you have to start.
Exactly. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for that, Julie. And I'll have you drop your contact information in the comments below as well. So once again, you guys know how to reach me on my website, and then we'll put Julie's contact information below, and then we'll put the link to Fantastic as well in there. So have a great day, guys. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much.